Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new PTCGO video, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of the best legacy decks, and that is going to be a Weavile Eggs deck, or just Weavile, I don't even know what to call it. It's probably just going to be Weavile, I don't know, we'll see. Now, Weavile is a very good deck in legacy, and there's a reason. It's because of the attack Vilify. So for 2 energies, you do 30 damage, and then you discard as many Pokemon as you like from your hand, and this attack does 30 damage times the number of Pokemon you discarded. Now you're probably like, huh? What? You'd have to play a lot of Pokemon. Nope. There's a card that makes this even better, and that is going to be Exeggcute. Exeggcute has the ability Propagation, where once during turn before you attack, this Pokemon is in your discard pile. You may put it into your hand. You can do this as many times as you like during your turn, while it's in your discard pile. So you can like Propagation a million times and just use like Junk Arms, Ultra Ball, stuff like that. Now, Exeggcute is how we're going to do that, because when we discard it with Weavile, it gets it in the discard pile, and then we vilify for 120, and with Silver Bangle, it makes it 150, and if we just find one more Pokemon in our hand to discard, which is really not that hard to do, and we can knock out an EX Pokemon for 180 damage, and it is a very, very good deck, and it's not that hard to get those eggs in the discard pile with the list that we got. So Weavile, definitely a powerful deck, and it's one of the best decks in Legacy, in my opinion, because a lot of people like it, and it really is a popular deck. Now, it makes a lot of people concede, and you'll see that, in my games, oh, jeez, trying to record this video was such a pain in the butt, because I kept running into Gensters and people conceding all the time when I get, not even one Weavile and play that, oh, I'm conceding. It's a pain in the butt, but I managed to get some games with the deck that hopefully are good enough, I don't know. But anyways, there are some other Pokemon in the deck. So, obviously, the Exeggcute is kind of the main engine of the deck for, again, we need it for the Vilify, and we also can use Propagation to discard and use it as discard bait, which is very good. Some other Pokemon in the deck, we got 1/1 Electrode. Electrode is just really good with Magnetic Draw. Magnetic Draw, so I can't talk. I've been trying to talk for 3 hours making videos, and my voice is dead, but whatever, you have to live with it. I'll have to live with it, and I'll have to fight through it, but Electrode has the ability Magnetic Draw, where you may just draw cards until you have 4 in your hand. That's a very good ability. It's just nice draw support, and again, with this deck, you kind of need that consistency, so I think Electrode is really nice. Just a 1/1 of those. Again, it's extra Pokemon to play too, maybe to discard, so you never know. 2 Sableye. Sableye is what we prefer to start with this deck as a starting Pokemon. Junk Hunt is a great attack. We can just get back 2 items, and this is great. We can get back Dark Patches, Silver Bangles, Random Receiver, Junk Arms, Ultra Balls, Level Balls. The list goes on. Junk Hunt, is a very good attack. We preferably want to start with that. We also play 1 Smeargle, which is also something we also kind of want to start with. Helps us speed things up, because we don't really play as many supporters in this deck, so Portrait can act as a supporter for us. And again, it's also extra discard bait. And we got 1 Mr. Mime. We need this against Landers DX, since it's a huge pain to deal with, because again, if they do Landers, they hit you for 60 on your Weavile, then they hit your Weavile on the bench for 30, and then they can reversal and then just bring up your Weavile that they did for 30, and then they can take 2 prizes like that, get rid of all of your Weaviles in play. It's a pain in the butt, so Mr. Mime is very important for this deck. It can also be good against stuff like Raikou and stuff, so I think 1 Mr. Mime is very important. 2 Jirachis is great to have. Stellar Guidance is such a good ability. And again, you can just grab a supporter. We don't play as many, so Stellar Guidance is really nice. So we do play 2 Jirachis, plus it's extra Pokemon to discard. We also play 1 Archen, which is a funny little tech card we can do. Once your turn for attack, this thing's in your discard pile, you put on top of your deck, or the bottom of your deck. This is something that gets in our deck, and it's an extra Pokemon that if we ever draw into it, we can use it for, the discard bait with Weavile. So we do run 1 Archen in the deck. And yeah, those are all the Pokemon we got in the deck. Going into the items, we got 1 Computer Search. Computer Search is a really good one. You could always go with Dowsing Machine too, which might also be pretty good, because Dowsing Machine can be pretty important to get back Level Balls to get Exeggcutes in your discard pile. So you can go with Dowsing Machine or Computer Search. I went with Computer Search because I like it more. 3 Dark Patch. This is really how we're going to power up our Weaviles. Attach a base Dark Energy from a discard pile to one of your match Pokemon. This is how we're going to build up our Weaviles. Again, Weavile needs 2 energies to attack. It's not like 1 energy, we need 2, so Dark Patch can help us get that thing powered up a lot more easier. 3 Junk Arms. Discard 2 cards from your hand, search discard power for a trainer card. Very, very good card. Again, Junk Arm, there's a lot of important items in this deck. You can go with Dowsing Machine or even a 4th Junk Arm, but I couldn't find room. 3 Level Balls. Level Balls super important. There's so many things in this deck that have under 90 HP or less. In fact, everything in this deck, Pokemon-wise, has under 90 HP or less, so Level Ball is super important, but we're only running 3 because Ultra Ball is also important for getting Exeggcutes in the discard pile since it discards stuff. But Level Ball is super important. You can always go with 4 Level Balls if you really want. One Pokemon Reversal. Pokemon Reversal, you know, Life Standard's not in Legacy, but Pokemon Reversal relies on a coin flip though, so it's not as good. One Random Receiver. Random Receiver is a really nice trainer card to get your supporters since we don't play as many. 2 Super Rods, since, again, we are going to be discarding Pokemon, and it's very important to Super Rod those Pokemon back so that you can vilify again. So that's why we got 2 of those. A Switch. Switch is always a good card. Never know when it can save your butt. 1 Tool Scrapper. This is very important. Garbodor shuts down Weavile Eggs really badly, so Tool Scrapper is going to help us against Garbodor a lot. 2 might be preferable too, I don't know. 3 Ultra Balls. Again, Ultra Ball is a very good card, but it also discards the execution stuff for later. For a draw sport, we got 1 Colress, 1 N, 4 Juniper. 4 Juniper is very important, again, for discarding executes. 2 Professor Oak's New Theory. And for our tools, we got 1 Float Stone. Float Stone is good to have, especially with the Dark Patch combo. You can bring something with Float Stone, Dark Patch, a Weavile on the bench, and then retreat that, bring a Weavile, boom, knock him out. 2 Silver Bangles, it just allows us to do more damage with Weavile. You can always go with 3 Silver Bangles and take out the Silver Mirror that we play. Silver Mirror is in case we're on Team Plasma. You can always take out Silver Mirror and throw in the Bangles, an extra Bangle if you want, because again, it is nice to have that extra damage against the X's, so yeah. And total energy, we got 8 basic Dark Energy. This is a great amount of energy. Well, let me click on it to show you guys that I play 8. But yeah, we got 8 basic Dark Energies for the energy count. Again, we need 2 energies per Weavile, and cycling that is important with Dark Patch. We need to get a lot of Dark Energies in our discard, and the more we play, the more odds we get them in our discard, you know what I mean? And it's also nice to have 8 energies, just a lot more consistent, and, you know, we also need the energies for stuff like Junk Hunt and stuff like that, so 8 Dark Energies is the amount of energies we run. You can always maybe take one out, throw in something like a Rescue Energy, or maybe that special Dark Energy, so that Weavile can do even more damage. I don't know if you'd want to do that, but you can do that if you want. Anyways, let's hop into some games with this Weavile Legacy deck. I've been talking for like 3 hours making videos, because I'm busy this weekend, so I can't record. My voice is killing me, so let's hop into some games with the deck, and hopefully it's not against Gensher, someone who just immediately concede. See you guys in the game. Alright guys, here we go with the game with our deck, and we'll flip a coin, and we'll see if we win it. We don't. That is a bit of a bummer. So, I don't know what we're up against. I see a Water and Psychic deck, so maybe it's Blastoise, Keldeo with Mewtwo, I guess, with a Psychic type, I don't know. We'll find out. My opponent is still taking a while, and yeah. We'll see how the game goes in the end, so I guess we gotta wait a sec. There we go. And let's see what our hand entails for us. So we got Sableye, which is actually a nice starter. We can start with Sableye. We can bench Voltorb, so that's good. And we'll be able to get an execute in the discard pile with Juniper. Unless he ends me, End would be annoying, but maybe he won't. I do like the Junk Hunt, though, and maybe we can use Confuse Rain to help us. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll start with Sableye, and we'll bench the Voltorb also while we are at it. And yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. So we'll bench the Voltorb. And the Juniper is good because we'll be able to Juniper away and execute. And my opponent starts with a Suicune, but that's fine. We don't really attack with a single EX in this deck. Alright, so my opponent will play a Sharon. He's going to draw an extra 3 cards. Okay. Puts a Water Energy onto his Suicune. Is he going to do anything else? Because if not, then that's good. We'll see though. Rocky Helmet. Alright, we're not doing Confuse Ray. But he does find a Dual Ball, and it gets 1 heads. Alright. I thought I was going to get double tails, but nope. But he grabs a second Suicune. Suicune really isn't a big deal for me because, again, like it's a deck that plays no EXs at attack. So we'll put a Psychic Dark Energy on. If he finds a DC, he could knock me out, which would actually be a little scary. So hopefully he doesn't. We do find 2 Sneasels, so we can play them down, and we could Junk Hunt actually for Dark Patch, which I'm actually going to do. Just in case he does find a DC, I think that's a good response. So let's go with the Junk Arm. We'll get that Dark Energy and the Execute in the discard pile, and we will grab a Dark Patch with that. Alright, so let's play the Dark Patch, and we'll put the Dark Energy onto our Sneasel, and we do have the Weavile in our hand. So if he does find a way to knock me out, then you know what? Boom! We got the, hopefully the Weavile will be ready. So let's get the Dark Patch and the Junk Arm back, I guess. I mean, there's really nothing in our discard for Junk Arm, but I'd rather do that than Confuse Ray because I don't want to take damage from the Rocky Helmet. Confuse Ray wouldn't be bad, but I don't know. Maybe I should have done that since I don't really need these 2 cards. But hey, maybe I'm going to want to end or something. So he does find a DCE for his Suicune. So we will be able to find a knockout this turn. So we're going to have to respond with a knockout with our Weavile. So it looks like it's some kind of like anti-EX kind of deck. So we see him play like Suicune, Sigilif, Mewtwo, and there's a Judge, so I'm glad I went with the junk hunt now to get back those cards. But sadly, we are gonna lose our hand. Alright, but nah, we actually gotta find enough hand off that, so Aurora Beam, unfortunately, will knock out my Sableye. Now, the thing is, should I bring up the Suicune, or should I bring up the Voltorb? So, I could bring up the Voltorb, maybe find a Float Stone. We'll bring up the Suicune, because we already got the thing in our hand, so we'll do that. So, we'll play you. Let's play Random Receiver. Hopefully, we get a good supporter. Really like a Juniper right now. Oh, so many cards to go through. Nice, and it's a Juniper. Okay, good. So, we will Dark Patch, and we'll put the Dark Energy onto our bench Sneasel. We will Exeggcute, and I can either Ultra Ball for Weavile, or I can Ultra Ball for Exeggcute and get one in my discard pile. So, I'm going to grab Exeggcute. I think that's a better play. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can grab to get the Weavile, so I'm just going to go with the Exeggcute and get him in the discard for Vilify. Wow, okay, so not only did we find the Weavile, we got a crazy hand. Alright, unfortunately we won't be able to use Electrode though, which is a huge bummer. Like, we could Super Rod actually, but we'd be forced to get back and Exeggcute, we need that, and I don't really want to do that, so for now let's Propagation and go that route. And next turn, we can probably just retreat Dark Patch onto the bench Weavile, and then, you know, maybe try and do a Magnetic Draw that way. So I think I'll be fine with that play. Sadly, Vilify will not knock him out. Actually, no, that Rocky Helmet sets him up for a knockout on me. Oh, that sucks. Sadly, we weren't able to knock him out. But we can still Vilify for 60. And an Aurora Beam will KO me, which is a huge bummer. So we're going to need to find more Weaviles now. So he puts a Water G onto his Suicune. Okay, now we are in top deck mode again, which sucks. Luckily, we will be able to respond with another knockout here with Vilify, but we're in top deck mode. And you know what? Our hand is fine enough, so we can bring up Weavile. Hopefully, our top deck is nothing that's useless. Okay, good, good, good. That's actually perfect. We can double Dark Patch to it. Alright, this is a good hand. We can actually just Super Rod back Jirachi, Sneasel, and Weavile. So we'll get back those guys. And we'll just double Dark Patch, and then we can Magnetic Draw for 4, and hopefully those 4 cards do not screw us over. That'd be nice. So anyways, double Dark Patch. Alright, so then we can Magnetic Draw for 4. Hopefully it gives us something good. Let's see what our Magnetic Draw will give us. Nice, nice. Okay, Mr. Mime, I don't think I need him, so I'm not going to bother playing him down. So let's play Jirachi. And I'm actually going to go with the N. Just because I want to M to 4, because if we knock him out, I don't want him to respond with a knockout of his own. So I'm actually a little more comfortable doing that. Alright, so we can actually do a Level Ball here, and we can grab ourselves an Exeggcute out of the deck, and then we can just use that for Vilify. And we can play another Sneasel down, and I guess, yeah, we can knock him out. So let's just double Propagation and knock him out with Vilify, and hope he doesn't have a DCE, because if he has a DCE, he will be able to knock me out. So let's go with the Vilify for the knockout, taking out that Suicune. Finally, that Suicune was a bit of a pain in the butt. So let's take a prize card, and it's a Weavile. Perfect. So we can get 2 more Weaviles in play, and we can knock out his Suicune. As long as he doesn't have a DCE, then we should be fine. Hopefully he doesn't have a DCE. If he does, that would suck. He does have a Hypnotoxic Laser, which hopefully does not get heads. It probably will, though, knowing my luck. Alright, good, it doesn't. Good, good, good. And, alright, just a Psychic. Nice. So he didn't have the thing that he needed. And, honestly, I'm just probably going to go with this. Let's just retreat to Weavile. We'll bring up the Sneasel. Yeah, we'll bring up that, just because I don't want to deal with that laser. So, we'll evolve into Weavile. We'll evolve into Weavile again. Crazy stuff. And we will Level Ball for Exeggcute. And what we can do is we can just Junk Arm for that Random Receiver we used earlier. So I'm going to go with that. So let's Propagation twice. And we will Junk Arm away Propagations, Exeggcutes. I mean, we do have the Magnetic Draw too. So anyways, we'll grab the Random Receiver. I'm going to put the Silver Bangle onto the Weavile for Mewtwo. And I'm just going to go with the Magnetic Draw right now. See if we can get anything useful. A Dark Energy, that is useful. We'll put that onto the other Weavile, spread the thing out. If I Super Rod, I'm going to have to get back and Exeggcute, which I don't want to do. So, sadly, Super Rod, I'm not going to use you. Random Receiver. Got a Professor Oak's New Theory. Okay, that's fine. So, we'll play the Professor Oak's New Theory. See what we can get here. We got Float Stone. We got another Weavile. Silver Bangle. And, alright, I think we'll just be good to Vilify for a knockout. So, we'll get all the propagations. I mean, we could actually get rid of the Weavile, too. But we're doing 120 damage, knocking him out, so yeah, there's really no point doing that. But my opponent concedes the game before I even get a chance to, and sadly, we do not get a box that we didn't have. We do get some of our daily challenge done, and some of our knockout done, which is good. So yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys in another game with the Weavile deck. See you in a minute. Okay, here we go, guys. Second game. Hopefully, it's not against a Genser or someone who just concedes, like, immediately, like I've been running into. So, we win the coin flip, which is awesome, because, again, playing a Stage 1 deck, that kind of needs it. And, alright, our hand is fine enough. We do start with a Sableye, which is a preferable starter. And we can get an Exeggcute in the discard. It's not really a big deal losing all these supporters. And, alright, it looks like it's against a Blastoise Keldeo deck. So this is a matchup that I was kind of drearing, but it's all good. I think it's going to be a fine matchup. As long as we're one-shotting his Keldeos, I should be fine. Unless he runs, like, a non-EX attacker. So we'll draw an extra card. Why not? Another Sableye. Sableye, we can play him down, because they are pretty good with Junk Arm, or Junk Hunt. Alright, so let's just Juniper. That Dark Energy can fuel a Dark Patch, so I think I'm going to take advantage of that. And let's see what we can get. Alright, so we do find Ultra Ball, so we'll get rid of Mr. Mime. I don't think we'll need him, unless he runs... we'll get rid of Professor Theory, unless he plays, like, whatchamacallit. I'm forgetting the name. Kyurem. But I don't think he does, so I think we're fine. So let's grab Sneasel, we'll play him down, and, what else can we do? We could Junk Arm, but that would force us to play Juniper. I mean, yeah, you know, I think I'm going to hold off on doing it for a sec. I was thinking of Junk Arming for Ultra Ball, and then Ultra Balling for, like, a Voltorb or a Sneasel or something, but I think I'm going to hold off on that for just a second. I don't think I need to do that. So my opponent puts Water Energy onto his Keldeo. We see Professor Oak's New Theory. I'm probably just going to go with the Professor Oak's Theory myself. I don't really feel like Junipering, because I don't want to be in a position where I'm low on supporters and I'm in top deck mode. So my opponent just plays a Float Stone down. Alright, and we get a Juniper top deck. Come on. So yeah, I think I'm just going to settle with the Professor Oak's New Theory. And we'll get rid of Jirachi. Yeah, we'll get rid of Jirachi. I think it's fine, because we can always just Super Rod anyways with Junk Hunt. So Junk Arm, we'll get my boy Exeggcute. And we can afford to get rid of a Juniper, so we will Propagation, and with this, I think I'm going to grab Voltorb, because at the point where we get low on supporters, I think Voltorb will be a nice card to have. Alright, so we'll grab a Voltorb. We could have grabbed Sneasel, or maybe Weavile, or like an Exeggcute, but I'm not going to Juniper. I want to hold off on that, so we'll go with Professor Oak's New Theory instead. And let's see what our hand is going to be. Okay, that is actually good, so we can play the Sneasel. We can put a Dark Energy on. We can Dark Patch onto the Sneasel. And I guess I'll just settle with Junk Hunt. I'm not going to use Smeargle. Okay. We'll grab Junk Arm. And what's in my discard? Alright. Super Rod. Okay. I'm not really looking into Super Rodding. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with the Super Rod. So we'll grab a Junk Arm. And I guess we'll grab a Dark Patch or Ultra Ball. I'm just gonna grab the Dark Patch just in case he does knock me out. We can do the Dark Patch onto the Sneasel and then get the Weavile going, and hopefully we can knock him out this turn. That's the goal. I'm not gonna play Smeargle down. That'll just be Vilify bait. So there's that. So there's Professor Oak's New Theory. Will he be able to get the Rare Candy Blastoise? So he's only used 2 Professor Oak's New Theories, but if he does get that Rare Candy Blastoise, that's good. So he does play a Suicune down and a second Keldeo, and I don't think he has it. We'll see if he does or not. Even if he does, like, 2 cards in his hand may not even be an energy. No, but he concedes the game. See what I mean? This is the problem with playing Legacy. People tend to concede a lot, especially with the Gensers going around. So, yeah, that's annoying. But you know what? I'm not going to end the video, but I am going to open up a pack really quickly before we find another match with our Weavile deck. I got a pack of Breakthrough off of the wheel, so I guess I'll open it. And I'm not going to end the video off. Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to end the video, but I'm going to open up another pack before we get into another match here with our Weavile deck. So, where is it? There it is. Alright, so we open up the Breakthrough pack. I have a Locked Ancient Origins pack. I don't know if that's for my daily challenge or for the trade on my pubs. I'm not going to open that up quite yet. I'll open up maybe for like the last game or something. End the video off. Full Art Mewtwo. Why? Noctowl. Not really what I was looking for, because I already have 4 of those locked. Alright, so not a good pack. So yeah, I'll see you guys in another game. Alright, here we go, guys. Third, or I don't even remember if it's the third or second game of their Weavile deck. But anyways, it is a game with our Weavile deck. Playing against MVP. And, okay, our hand isn't the greatest. We do have an N, though, so it's fine. I don't really like the Sneasel start, though. Sneasel, I'd prefer not to start with you. I'd rather, you know, Smeargle or, like, Junkar, or not Junkar. Why am I saying Junkar? Sableye or thing. So it looks like it's a Reshi-Flosion deck. Thankfully, we are not weak to fire, even though Sneasel is a ice type. But, hey, you know what? That's not how to make this game. And, okay, well, what I'm going to do with this hand, I'm going to play down the Sableye. Mr. Mime is pretty useless, so I'm just going to retreat into Sableye. I don't want my Sneasel to get knocked out. And let's just go with the Dark Patch, and we'll just play that onto Sneasel. And pass. There's no point in doing Junk Arm, because we don't need the Dark Patch. Unless we top deck a Dark Energy, then maybe we can. So my opponent starts with Cyndaquil and not a Reshiram. And if we can knock out a Cyndaquil, that's good. But no, he actually does have an N in his hand, which I would have liked to play the Juniper. Hopefully we don't get a bad hand off this N. We'll see, though. See what this N gives us. So we got Electrode. Yeah, see, it's what I was scared of. I was going to get a hand that I did not like. So he plays a Kyurem down. Interesting. So he plays Jirachi-EX, and he puts a giant cape on it. And he beats me for 10. Interesting. So we'll play Weavile. If we had a retreat right now, we could just knock him out, but we can't, so I guess I'll just do this, and I'll just Confuse Ray. Like, there's no point in doing Junk Hunt, so let's just Confuse Ray, and nope, we didn't confuse him. Rip, my boy. So, we're in top deck mode, so, you know what would be great if he ends me again. So, Random Receiver, hopefully it finds him an end so that he can get me out of his hand. Nope, just a Skyla. Oh boy. So he puts a DCE onto that Kyurem. That Kyurem is going to get annoying. Maybe Confuse Ray hitting the Kyurem would be nice. Alright, so he finds a rare candy. Looks like he can get Typhlosion Prime and play this turn. Unless it's not Typhlosion Prime. He doesn't have any fires in his discard. Nope, but he brings up the Kyurem. Thankfully, it's not knocking me out, which is nice. Alright, so he rare candies into Typhlosion Prime. I still don't think that knocks me out. 30, 40. Yeah, I think I'm fine. Yeah, I think I live, so. I mean, the Afterburner will put a damage counter on it. Oh, no, but he actually attaches to his Typhlosion Prime instead. Interesting. Alright, so I thought he was going to do it to Outrage, but I guess it doesn't matter. So he does Outrage me, and we need to top deck something. Level Ball, perfect. We can grab Jirachi, and we can play the Jirachi down. Alright, perfect. We got the top deck. Honestly, I might just play Juniper. It might be crazy, but we have Super Rod in the deck. We got 2 of them, so I'm actually doing it for Juniper. I'm going with it. I could Professor Oaks in theory, but I'm going with Juniper. It's a crazy move, but it gets me eggs in my discard, and it also will, you know what? Again, we got Super Rod. It's all good. Play the Juniper, and see if we can get a good hand off of this. Okay, we got a good hand, so we can do this. We can execute, and we'll probably just do... Okay, hold on. We'll go with this. We'll computer search away the execute, and we'll get rid of the Junk Arm, I guess. Like, I'm not really gonna play that. And with it, we will grab. What was I gonna grab again? Super Rod. We could grab Super Rod. Yeah, I guess we'll grab Super Rod. Yeah, we'll grab the Super Rod, and we'll Super Rod some stuff back. So let's play it. And yeah, we need to get back that Weavile and stuff like that. So we'll get those back. And we'll put the Dark Energy onto the Weavile. We could Tool Scrapper, I guess, but we'll hold off on it for a sec. So let's go with a Junk Hunt. We'll get back Computer Search, and we'll get back a Level Ball. Those are the most important, because we can Level Ball for Execute, and we can use Computer Search also. So we'll get those guys, and looking good. Next turn we can Tool Scrapper the Kyurem, and I do need to get that Kyurem knocked out ASAP, because it could be annoying if I don't get it knocked out. Again, I mean, we're doing a lot of damage, so two-shotting it is fine, but we are very weak with only 90 HP, so knocking that thing out soon, definitely something I'm looking into. Typhlosion Prime, not really that scary. I mean, discarding my energy would suck, but it's not one-shotting me. It's only doing 70. So he does play Ultra Ball, and we'll see if he grabs Jirachi or not. I don't think he plays it. I only saw Psychic, and I don't know. I can't remember if I saw Metal or not. Yeah, I didn't. Alright, so he just grabs a Victini EX, which he couldn't put an energy on, and then he can do Turbo Energize if he ever finds a way to retreat. But our hand is great. He will knock me out, but we can just start attacking with Weavile. So I'm probably just going to computer search for Silver Bangle. I think that's like the best thing to grab. So he will knock out my poor little Sableye. Hopefully he didn't get a supporter off that. That would suck if he did. So we'll bring up Weavile. And perfect. Okay, I was looking for an energy. So anyways, Tool Scrapper. We'll get rid of that giant cape. So now he doesn't have all that HP anymore. And we will Level Ball for a Exeggcute. And we can get him in the discard pile. We can... okay, we computer search. We'll just get rid of Jirachi. I'm going to go with Juniper, so we'll get rid of Jirachi, and with it, we will get ourselves a Silver Bangle. Alright, so we'll grab that Silver Bangle. He doesn't play any Team Plasma Pokemon, so Silver Mirror is pretty useless. So, play that Bangle. Let's go with the Juniper. Hopefully, it's something good. And let's see. I'll take it. So, we can play the Weavile down. We can knock him out, actually. We can Propagation. And we can Ultra Ball for an Exeggcute. And we can, yeah, I think it's a knockout. So we grab Exeggcute. All 4 eggs are in my basket. And actually, no, it looks like one's prize. Anyways, it's fine. We still, I think it knocks him out. We can Propagation. We can Propagation. Is it knocking him out? I don't think it is, actually. Huh. Vilify. Yeah, it's only doing 150, but you know what? It's still putting a lot of damage on him, so I'll take it. So, Vilify. If we only had one more Pokemon, we could have knocked out his Kyurem, but we drew a ton of energies off of that Juniper, which sucks. We could have knocked out this Kyurem, which would have been really good. That Victini is also really nice to see, because that's an easy knockout also. So, puts a Fire Energy onto his Typhlosion Prime. He doesn't have any other Fire Energies in place, so we won't be able to actually use Intensifying Burn. So, sadly, our Weavile will go down to his Kyurem. And I'm actually not going to play my Juniper quite yet. It might be weird, but if that Typhlosion does attack me, he will be able to get rid of my energy, and then I actually don't think I might be able to attack. So I have the energy in my hand, and might as well just take advantage of it. And, I mean, we're knocking him out. There's really no point in Junipering right now. And I don't think he can find a way to knock me out. So I think I'm safe. Hopefully I'm safe. So let's just Vilify, knock out his Kyurem for 60. And we can take 2 prizes. And a Sneasel would actually be great. Colress, Level Ball, there's a Sneasel. Nice. So, we knock out his Kyurem. He brings up his Typhlosion Prime. Won't be able to knock me out. And unless like he finds like a card that can get him, a Reshiram maybe, and he still can't knock me out. Like, he's only doing 70. So yeah, Flare Destroy only does 70 damage. Thankfully I live. And that's a good thing. He will discard my energy, but you know what? I got that energy in my hand. I've got a Pokemon Reversal. I could play that, but I kind of want to knock out his Typhlosion Prime. So let's do a Level Ball. We'll Level Ball for Sneasel. Try and get one into play again. And I'm just going to go with Juniper, I think. Yeah, Juniper. There's no point in playing a knockout. Well, I don't know. Anyways. Ooh, look at that. We got a good hand. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So, first of all, I'm going to grab Dark Patch with this Junk Arm, because we do need to get another Dark Energy onto my Sneasel on the bench. So let's Propagation, and we'll play the Junk Arm, and we'll get rid of these 2 Exeggcutes, and we will get that Dark Patch. Where is it? Nope, didn't mean to grab Ultra Ball. Whoops. Alright, so we'll grab the Dark Patch, and what we will do is we can Dark Patch onto my Sneasel here. And we can Vilify, so we can discard basically the Mr. Mime, the Archen, because we need to do actually no, he has 120 HP. So yeah, we just discard we just discard the Sneasels and the Archen, and we can knock him out for 120. So let's Vilify. We'll get rid of all these Exeggcutes and the Archen, knock out his Typhlosion Prime, and he's left with a Victini EX. That if he finds a DC, he could knock me out, but then we could probably knock him out back. So we'll knock out Typhlosion Prime, and we got a switch. That's actually pretty nice to see, because that can work well with Dark Patch. And he brings up Victini, and if he doesn't, really, he had the, wow. You gotta be kidding me. He actually had that. That is a very bad thing. Well, we are short on energies, so I'm just gonna bring up Jirachi for now. How many junk arms have I used? 2, so I got 1 left. But we do get Super Rod, which is perfect, actually. So, we can Super Rod back. Sneasel, we can get back. We got a Weavile in our hands. We get back this, that, and a Dark Energy, I think. Yeah, we'll get back that. I wish I got more Dark Energies back. I don't know. Maybe that was a bad move. Put a Silver Bangle on. I'm going to play the Mr. Mime down. I'm going to play the Weavile down. I'm going to switch into Weavile, just in case I get Dark Energy. So let's go with the Professor Oak's new theory. And let's see... Did not get it. Well, you know what? We still can actually... Yeah, okay, hold on. I think I got this. So we can do this. Oops, okay, don't mean to press that. So we can actually do this. We can Propagation. We can Junk Arm. We can... Okay, we grab Computer Search and win the game. So yeah, we'll do this. We can win the game. It's all good. And yeah, my opponent acknowledges the fact that we had the win in our hand. And the Weavile deck wins us another game. Nice little game there. And I'll catch you guys in another game because it was another little short game. But yeah, I'll see you guys in another game. Might be my final game. We'll see. Catch you guys in a minute. Okay, guys, here we go with our final game, probably with the deck. We lose the coin flip, which is a huge bummer. And I think we're playing against Team Plasma. That's what I'm guessing. Yes, Celebi Sleeve, so it might be a Verzian Genesect deck. Alright, we got a good hand. We can start with Sableye, we can bench Voltorb, and we can bench Sneasel. So this hand is good, so we can bench these guys. We got the Juniper, everything's all sweet. And we got the Junk Hunt start, which is always good. We'll see if we're playing against anything. Sableye. Alright, so maybe it's Darkrai, I guess? I don't know. We do see a Level Ball. Oh, it might be a mirror match, actually. Could be. Yeah, it might be a mirror match, which will be interesting. Honestly, at this point, I just want to use it. Yeah, okay, it is a mirror match. Alright, sweet. That'll make for an interesting final game. Even if I lose, I'll probably still use the game. But I've been trying to find a match with this deck forever, because every time I find one, it's either running into someone who's Gensing, or running into somebody who's, doing, like, who literally just concedes, like, before I even, like, do my first turn. I'm not even kidding. So people are like, oh, Weavile Eggs deck, I don't want to play against this, and they just immediately concede, which it's been getting a little annoying. It's been taking forever to find a game with this. He plays a Mr. Mime down, which is kind of questionable, since he doesn't really need to play that, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. Ultra Ball, he does get rid of Exeggcute and a Pokemon Collector, so we need to have a solid start like this guy does. So we gotta step our game up, and we get Juniper, and thing will be golden. So he just grabs an Exeggcute, so he's definitely be able to do anything. Oh no, looks like nothing. All right, sweet. Juniper top deck. All right, didn't really want to top deck a second Juniper, but it's fine. We can get rid of this hand. See what our hand is gonna be. Alright, we can put a Dark Energy on. There's nothing Junk Arm 4, unfortunately. And I'm not going to play Random Receiver quite yet. I don't think there's a need to. So I'm just going to Tool Scrapper off the Bangle. Why not? There's no point. Okay, well. You know what? Let's Random Receiver. I can Junk Hunt for it back. See what it is. Looks like it's Professor Oak's new theory, which is nice. And I'm just going to Junk Hunt, and we're going to get back Random Receiver and a Junk Arm. I think those are the most important things to get back. So we'll get back these guys, and we'll pass the turn. And maybe I should have got rid of the Bangle and the Exeggcute with Junk Arm, just so that I get an Exeggcute in my discard. I think I should have done that. Might have been a bit of a misplay on my end. Now the thing is, it'll be kind of a Sableye war here, where whoever kind of... My opponent's going to have to take out the Sableye and bring up the Weavile, which would walk into me bringing out a Weavile, hopefully. So that might be something that definitely we should try and prepare for. So, yeah. So we'll see. Now my opponent is kind of just left with this hand. I don't know what he's going to do. We see a Collector's discard and a Juniper. So, it's taking a while, though, with his hand here. Maybe it's important. So I think what I'm going to do next turn is I'm just going to Junk Arm away the Exeggcute and the Silver Bangle. And I'm going to grab Tool Scrapper, so I get the Exeggcute in my discard pile. Or maybe I grab Super Rod instead. I'm probably going to grab Tool Scrapper. in case he plays like Float Stone or something, because he could easily Float Stone Sableye and go from there. Who knows? So he, oh, looks like he passes. I don't think he did anything actually. He might have been AFK, which is fine. I'm not gonna complain. So let's Silver Bangle, or not Silver Bangle. Let's Junk Arm. I am losing my train of thought right now, and I'm gonna grab Tool Scrapper. You never know when Tool Scrapper can come in handy. Let's Professor Oak's new theory. See what our hand is gonna be. I'm hoping for an energy. No, we get a second Sneasel. We get a Pokemon Reversal, which is nice. Actually, okay, hold on. We can Ultra Ball away this. We can do this. We can Ultra Ball away the Exeggcute and the Reversal. We can grab Electrode if it's in the deck. But my opponent concedes the game. Hey, I didn't even get this game in. You know what, guys? I'm going to end the video off here. And you might be like, what? Why end the video off there? But, guys, I have been playing Legacy for so long now, trying to find a game. My voice is killing me, too. Because I was recording another video earlier before I started this Weavile video. My voice hurts. And I don't think I can even talk anymore. And I want to finish the recording for this video today. So I'm going to open up my pack right now. I'm going to open up the Sanctuary pack that I have locked to end the video off. And I know you guys are like, why would you end the video off here? That wasn't even a real game. But guys, I want to get this recording done. Like the time I'm doing this, I want to get it done now so I can render it, all that stuff when I go to bed. So that when I wake up, it'll be fully rendered and stuff like that. It'll be ready to be uploaded and then privated on my channel so that when the time comes, I can upload it. And I want to do that tonight because I am going to be busy this weekend, so I won't really have much time to record videos. So looks like we don't get anything good out of that locked pack. I got a Ariados Reverse Hollow, which is cool. We can trade one off. You never know, people might want Reverse Hollow Ariados. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more PTCGO videos. I know the video wasn't too eventful, but again, I just ran into like all these like other like Weavile decks and stuff. It just, I don't know. It was just, I kept running into people that kept conceding, and then I kept running into people that were Gensing. Legacy can be really hard to find games sometimes, and again, you kind of just see my struggle. Like, that was like the 4th game in a row where, like, not even 3 minutes into the game, my opponent just decided to concede, so it was tough, and I don't really feel like trying to play more. My voice is killing me. I can barely talk. Like, my voice hurts right now because I've been talking for so long making all these videos, so hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on another PTCGO video. Don't forget to subscribe to help me on the road to 1,000 subs. Whew, my voice right now. See you guys on another video. Peace out.